I need a hero cookie. I'm a tipper. I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper. Yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper. I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper. Yeah, I'm a big tipper. Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. I'm a tipper. Yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper. I'm a big tipper.
They say the rap game dead. I object. That's a low blow. Taking copycatting off each other. That's a no-no. Keep this original or just not even no show. I'm a big tipper. When I spend it, I'ma flip ya. So girl, drop it really low. Show them how we floor the flow. Candy, yam, and stick and ball. Feed me and give me more. Haters gon' hate when they see us running state to state. The way that we be tipping, man, up this on some other shit. Down on this dude. What you mean? That's another chick. Coming in, going out on some other shit. Try to rip us off. Best believe it, that's a no-go. Never trust nobody, even family, that's a no-no.
I'm a tipper. I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper. Yeah, I'm a big tipper.
I had a debate tonight because I didn't know whether or not I was going to do a pre-recorded show, because as I posted, Stoner Rob just sent me a text saying they got in a fender bender on the 10. He was in an accident with a UPS diesel truck. Yeah, I'm thinking, throw yourself on the highway. Don't get up. Don't look like you can dial your phone. Babble a little bit. Imagine that. And he said we. So I don't know who he was traveling with. But I've been saying it the whole month. People are retarded this time of year. They're thinking about what they got to get, where they got to go. The traffic is bumper to bumper. People are looking at their phone. I'm going to go through the window at you're trying to get over, and people are so busy doing their stuff, and they ain't looking at what's going on around them. And it's just like meltdown because it's like 2 miles an hour on the 405. I don't know, Christmas parties or whatever's going on tonight. And like last week at Wednesday night, I went to the Savoy with my girl, Nancy Bellany. Shout out. Nancy Bellany was doing the opener. She was thrilled. And Chris Spencer runs it. So you have all these comedians that are top A-listing comedians that go to the Savoy. And what was funny is everybody's like, you know where you're going? You know where that is? You know where you're going? And I'd be like, yeah, I got a GPS. I know where I'm going. But of course, it's because it's in Inglewood. And they're all going, it's in the hood. You're the only white woman there. You got to watch out. Oh, it's bad. It's this, it's that. So I'm like, I'm very sure of myself. I can handle my shit. So I decide I'm going to go. Anyways, I meet Nancy there. We have a great time. A lot of great comedians. If you haven't gone to the venue, you should. It's at the Savoy in Inglewood. And Chris has an amazing lineup every week. It's at Wednesday night, 8:30, they open the doors. You can get it on Eventbrite that you can buy the tickets on. Anyways, so I finish up that gig. As I leave the club, right? The club that I feel I'm very secure and safe at. 2 blocks up, some guy cuts me off. Brother gets out of it was a nice car, gets out of the car, and I swear, I'm not making this stuff up. He's in a white T-shirt, a gray hoodie, and he's got white strings on the gray hoodie, and he's got sneakers on, but that's about it, okay? But I got to say this. Yo, bruh, it's pitch black out, and this guy is pulled off the side of the road, swinging his junk, but I can't see your junk. So unless you get some reflected tape, maybe some uplighting or a couple of reflectors you can tape to your balls, it's a waste of energy and time. Seriously. I personally, I don't understand why anybody would think that jumping out of a car and showing a woman your junk, it's like some kind of psyche, I guess. I don't know. Creeps are us. They're everywhere. It's a holiday season. They're out prowling. So, yeah, I guess GPS doesn't warn you. Warning, perv ahead. Just, certain warnings about accidents, which unfortunately my guests happen to get in tonight. And, it's like anything. The holiday season, everybody is just so distracted. Like I said, you got to be aware of where you're going. Forget the parking spot. That's the other ugliness. I don't get it right. It's a season of giving, but nobody's going to give you their parking space. It gets ugly out there, and people eyeballing because you're sitting in a, tons of metal, 2-ton piece of metal between you and the person in front of you. I don't know about you, but the way things are going nowadays, they drive through crowds. People everywhere. They had something that happened over in France today. There was a shooting. It's like, just like, I'm wondering how many sharp-looking bulletproof clothes can they invent? Because I'd be buying them if I lived in any of these. If I was going to a country concert, I might wear one to that. I mean, you know, I go to a hip-hop concert and feel safe. As I've said, if you ask me, there's a lot of white fright going on because ain't no brothers shooting people up with machine guns and what have you. I don't even think that would be an issue on the gun control if that was actually taking place. But anyways, there is a lot going on this week. As far as the brouhaha, somebody sent me the inbox about Kevin Hart. And you know, it's funny. It's like you almost feel as if the way it is in Hollywood, they set people up. You know, they're going to rise you up to the top, adore you, and then they're going to get you when you ain't looking, and they're going to crucify you. You know, just like the other guy. Worship him, then crucify him. You're done. You said this. And I wouldn't mind, but, you know, it's like I've said on the show, we're talking comedy. So how is it that, I mean, let's think about this. Let's think about if we muzzled Lenny. Let's go back, Lenny Bruce. I mean, if we're getting so super sensitive about everything that people say and like vetting people, what, they have to go 10 years back for something he said, and then, you know, and everybody wants to get, you know, on a soapbox and have a say about this and what this. It's like, okay, comedy should be like, it's the only place where we can actually go and tell the truth, other than music. Okay, the two of them are the only two realms of life that you're going to have sarcasm, humor, and a good beat. And I mean, the truth will come out. Truth prevails in a lot of different areas, but it's just mindless humor. I mean, on some accounts, it's just fun. And then, like, nobody's off, you know, limits. It seems like now everybody's off limits. I mean, what are you going to actually make jokes about? You know, one of the comedians actually posted a really good meme about that. It's like, you know, everything he said led somewhere else to somebody getting mad and yelling at him. I mean, personally, I would never want to be monitored for the things that I've said. Somebody actually, it was my own kid, because I said that something about somebody driving and they were retarded, and she said, "Mom, that's politically incorrect to use that term." And it's like, really? Because, like, you don't mean anything malicious by it, but everybody. And then there's the other side of it where, you know, a lot of black comedians on my show, and then somebody asked me, so when are you going to feel comfortable to say the M word? And I'm like, never. I mean, seriously, I understand my limitations as to what is considered good humor and just what isn't, but I wouldn't want to be. And this has happened to a lot of comedians where they've said something that has gone over the line. I mean, Roseanne's one of them. And off, gone, see you later. And I told comedians, and this is where the irony comes in. See, that same ruling is what kind of took Kevin out. Where somebody wherever, you know, you say something, and then there's this other entity that you're going to answer to that is far more superior as far as political standings and business-wise. And it isn't about comedy. It's about somebody is in power who didn't like what you said. And I'm always like, leave it up to your critics. Leave it up to the public. Because if you insult people to the point of where it hurts your ratings, well, maybe you want to change your conversation. But I really don't know where this is going to go. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't agree, you know, as far as like, I don't care. I personally don't care who you worship, who you do, what your beliefs are. As long as you're not screaming it in my face. I was working at the place that I work at. I do catering gigs where I jump to different clubs and stuff, and a hoity-toity downtown. And the woman in the kitchen, she was of Spanish descent, and she's giving me the rhetoric as to why she's got to work 3 jobs. And then she said, but you don't want to talk to me, and I don't want to hear about it because I voted for Trump. Like, okay, so I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to get into it with this woman who is working 3 jobs, who voted for Trump. I mean, that's your business. I don't care. When you come over and you paying my bills is going to be affected by what you said, who you voted for, who you prejudiced against. I don't believe in any of that, you know, and as long as you don't kill anybody over it. But if somebody says something that you think is ignorant, you got the ability to, if it's on your social media, delete, okay, unfollow, hide. What is all? Well, they got all these new buttons where you can discreetly, which is never discreetly, you know, and then they explain to you, what it is to unfollow somebody. It's like, how will they know if you've unfollowed them? They show up in your friends, suggested friends. You know, that's another thing, by the way, Facebook. You better get your shit together, because if you're going to let me unfriend somebody and then I show up in there, we suggest you should be friends, someone you know, would really? Because that's how I've seen certain people, you know. So I've met people from Psychos R Us. It doesn't matter to me if they don't follow me anymore, or their relatives don't follow me anymore. I don't give a shit. But I just find it amusing that the very system that protects you from them also alerts them to your, you know, think about it. If you got a guy from Psychos R Us, which for me would be possible, you know, Mr. Jump out of his car. And by the way, it wasn't because, I don't really believe it was because of where I was. Someone said that the reason the guy jumped out of the car and all that was because I was a white woman in Inglewood. Well, really? How any woman would have been subject to that, okay? Maybe the guy had a thing for white women. I don't know. But I don't happen to go there in my mind. You know, flashed all white women coming through Inglewood. You're going to see some, well, you better get some flashlights because, like I said, it was pitch black out. But anyways, I have this thing about, you know, the way people are and perceive what it is that they consider to be funny for comedy, and what some people were saying that they wouldn't do political jokes because it's not their forte. In other words, it's just a knowledge thing. It isn't because they'd be afraid of insulting someone, which, by the way, there have been some comedians who, you know, some people, they say something in the Midwest and they're, you know, people in the audience who want to punch them in the face. I mean, again, you're at a comedy show. That makes, you're not in the subway. You know, it's not something the guy yelled out at you, you know, his political likes or dislikes. And then maybe you could justify punching him in the face instead of just walking away. But this is a world that we live in. It's like I'm conscious about, well, if I see you know, little kids dressed up, little girls wearing a nice dress and stuff, do I want to tell her how pretty she looks? No, I want her to be empowered. I tell her how smart she is to have picked out that dress and dressed herself and got her hair all done up, and hey, that color lipstick. I know you're only 3, but you did it up. You know, these expectations that people have are just amazing. So this is what happens when, and I hope Stoner Rob's all right. I mean, I've just, either they've gotten lost, folks, or they're just taken out, you know. To get a text like that, it's like, hey, you know, we just got in an accident. It's like, well, that's a genuine professional. He's probably texting me, you know, lying in his back, being, God forbid, taken out. And oh, I got to text the radio show host that I'm supposed to be on so she doesn't think I didn't show up, like that last guy who said he was on his way. And yeah, there's that too. So anyways, this has been my night. And actually, that was my night at the Savoy. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. People sending me stuff to go see their shows. I love to see people succeed. I saw Charlie Wilson TV. Mr. Charlie Wilson, you are on Steve Harvey thing coming up. That has to be amazing. Of course, I'm going to call and say, okay, how'd you do it? Not get me in. I just want to know, how'd you do it? And that's the other thing. Like, people that expect people to do things for them on certain levels, you're crazy. Or as I said earlier, you're retarded, because you can't. Like, my friend got signed to this unbelievable agency. And the first thing that happened was they were telling me that people were asking him, hey, man, can you get me in? I mean, like, you can't get anybody in. They have to go through you have to go through the same stuff he did to earn getting signed by an agency. You just don't go, oh, hey, man, I appreciate that. Like, when you go to the drive and you got 6 people in your trunk, I got in, and now I got everybody with me. Can you get them in too? That's not how it works. But people's mentality is that, oh, you made it to this level. Can you get me in? Because, you know, we friends, you know. But in the same respect, I've had people that want to come on my show and have asked me, you know, when are you going to book me on your show, that have absolutely pretty much. I'm like I'll take names, but I've asked people to get in contact with me because I deal with, like, so, you know how many people I meet? It's scary. I'll answer the phone, and the first thing I obviously I say my name, and the next thing out of my mouth is, who's this? Because, you know, people say, oh, man, this is so-and-so. You met me. I meet so many people that put their names in my phone, and that's the thing. What? Take my information. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And the idea of like I ran into somebody, I'm like, the worst is when you ask somebody for their number and they're like, I already gave you that. In fact, and then your mind just goes back and goes, oh yeah, I already have this person's info, but I flashed. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, the important people. And that's the other thing. The thing that amazes me the most out here in LA is like, yes, you can turn a corner, bump into somebody, and become this huge success, and then no more lonely nights. Because I've watched people that I would say, people surf. In other words, they're bouncing from person to person to see, you know, if there's a crevice, maybe they can crack through, like I said. And, you know, doing the work is something that I noticed that the people that are making the most moves and that are getting there, the people that are so committed to doing what they're doing a hustle. And it's no joke, because I'm like trying to do, okay, so I got this job, I'm going over here, and then I'm cleaning houses, and then I'm a big rock star on stage, and I'm doing a big, huge premiere thing, and I'm the host, and then I'm back to serving stuff. And, of course, you know, it's all relevant to how you want to perceive it. So I'm working a function that they're probably paying $250 a plate for at these incredibly fancy clubs, and I'm in the back eating the same food. I'm looking at the same view they're looking at. I'm rocking to the same music. All right, so my outfit lacks a little bit because, you know, I got my white shirt, my bow tie, whatever. But I got on a tux jacket, some of these formal things. I'm feeling it, all that, you know. The only thing I'm not going to do is be hungover and bloated later. All right, so maybe I will be bloated, because let me enlighten you. It is like a curse if you're trying to diet and you get these gigs. There is nothing that is like more... I would have to say it's the hardest thing to do, is where more challenging than you tell yourself before you go in, I'm not going to eat any crap tonight. And then, you know, you look over and they got prime rib. Yeah, you know, it's prime rib. And I know some people are like, oh, prime rib. But it's like prime rib, whatever. I grew up with that stuff, right? Come from owning family restaurant. But the desserts, oh, the desserts. People, you don't know. You don't even know what they prepare, what they put in front of you. And, of course, you know, they had like 17 tots. I'm the person who has to try a bite of like every single one of them. Because, of course, the mentality goes, like Stoner Rob, he didn't know he was going to get an fender bender. He's probably thinking if I didn't say yes to go on her show, I probably would be okay now. You know, the unpredictableness. I had somebody ask me what my New Year's resolution was. So I said I want to be present. I just want to live in the moment. And then they said, is that a life goal? And I'm like, doesn't that kind of contradict if I say, I want to do this my life? It's like, yeah, my life. It's a life goal to be present, because my life could be 5 more minutes from now. I don't know. So I just found that amusing as to what all the hubbub's going to be about New Year's Eve is starting everything all over. Let me get this straight. I'm just saying, could be me, but if you had 364 days, because on 365 days, does it roll over? Okay, 365. You have 365 days in a calendar where you got to make a choice of how you're going to just redeem yourself at the end of the year and start doing or start being. Seriously, if you haven't gotten that shit straight in 365 days and you're going to put all that pressure on you because it's New Year's Eve and it's the new year, and really, because your mind doesn't have that click, you know, that turbocharge that goes, all right, January 1st, it's all going to end here. You're going to give up, you're going to get up, you're going to go out, you're going to be about, you're going to get a job, you're going to thrive, and you're going to succeed, and whatever. It's like minimally, okay, do yourself a favor. Do what I did. Say you're going to live in the moment, because you can't go wrong, because now is now. You don't have to answer for what's going to happen 3 days from now. You don't have to worry about next year, not yet, where you're going to make the stupid resolution all over again. You're just going to be present and live in the now. I mean, think about how many things that would save if the whole world just stayed in that moment. I don't know about you, but it's been a proven fact that, you know, some of the best laid plans, take my life, for instance. If I thought, oh yeah, someday I'm going to be sitting in LA talking to a little camera on a radio show where my guest isn't there because of a mayhem happening on the highway, because it is LA. It seems like, honestly, every day you're brave in LA if you get in your car and you head out to go anywhere. Because like left and right, my friend so-and-so got in an accident. This one was in that. This one got rear-ended. Somebody ran a stop sign and T-bone. I swear to God, this has just been the last 2 months. I have not been through a month without knowing of at least one person who hasn't gotten in a fender bender or an accident, because, you know, it's like, it's LA. It just seems to be happening to a lot of people I know. Okay, somebody posted they came out and the back window was smashed. Okay, another person posted that they had gotten a friend of mine, she got T-boned and she's in the hospital, legs all smashed. I mean, to me, why wouldn't you live kind of like in the moment? Because all this other stuff can derail whatever your plans were for the week. It could be me. So, in saying that, let's see, I touched lightly on the thing going on with Kevin Hart. I find it, I guess no matter how, whatever level you're at, unless you're a bumbling idiot in the White House, and somebody needs to explain that to me someday. But anyways, politics aside, it's just like there's always somebody waiting, which is probably another reason why I personally just enjoy what I'm doing here. The idea of getting monitored, as I said, would just be a disaster. I mean, if people actually went digging to like my post from 10 years ago, I'm not afraid, because 10 years ago it was like plant, pool, cat. That was my life. But as far as like something somebody could nail you for saying, it just strikes me really funny how somebody actually went to all the trouble to find something that Kevin Hart had said. Of course, I personally would like to have him in this chair next to me, talking to me about it, but that's my dream. Okay, but being in the moment, I'm not going to worry about that. Anyways, I just find that really strange that there's so many things you do if you're going to put yourself into the public, you know, eye, shall we say, where everybody has access to all your words. I mean, you think about that. I mean, I get like, thank God we didn't have cameras and these iPhones, smartphones when I was growing up, because I certainly, I mean, I know I'm not alone in this, but having people record you at certain moments in your life to be forever in cyberspace, I don't know how much of that I would have wanted growing up, or, you know, the people that had access to it. Like, could you legitimately skip school and be at a concert and be like, because, you know, if it's all over social media, your mother's going to whip your ass, because, and back then they did, all right? It's like wearing a homing device. Bad enough, all right, for women out there, the idea of online checking accounts, okay? You do realize it's like having a monitor around your ankle, tracking your every shopping move. And what woman really doesn't like to say, oh, I got it on sale, and he'd be looking at your phone going, no, you didn't. Says here, which you paid full price for that. So I'm just saying, like, social media isn't all that. I'm so glad I grew up without it. I know everybody's like, what did we do back then? How did we get anywhere without GPS? Seriously? Now that I think about it, I mean, the city of Boston, is you just learn the hard way. You had to know that every other street, it was every other street alphabetically was one way. So anybody who's driven Boston will tell you LA's nothing cluster-wise if you drove the streets of Boston. Now, in Florida, when I lived there, everything was just a grid. You go this way or you go this way, and it's pretty much which way is the sun setting. There's nothing but flat land out there. So the idea of needing GPS, although I have to say, when I'm driving around LA, it is insane when they start taking you around traffic jams. It's like every time I go to my job, I get a different view if there's a traffic jam, which is why I'm sitting here talking to you on my on my show without my guest in a lonely chair. I'll be taking pictures with myself later. I would love to have had my friends call in. I don't even know if he's got that number posted. He do not. So nobody knows I'm sitting here by my lowly. I should actually go on my Facebook page and see if anybody's talking to me. Anyways, that aside, next week I have on, let's just hope, you know, next week happens. Next week on my show is going to be DJ Big Mac. And he's coming on with a friend of his. They're doing some stuff themselves, some radio shows. And personally, I do not know anyone who does not have a podcast. Okay? This is like, you know, I think people's dogs and animals have their own podcasts. Everybody that gets on a podcast, I'm like, I look to see what everybody's talking about. Some people have brilliant information, other people not so much, and yet they still, you gotta look to see what you consider to be entertaining and what you don't consider to be entertaining. You know, I got a stand-up show coming up on the 29th of December. I'm going to be at the Ice House, 10 o'clock show. I believe I'm getting another 10 minutes. Did I say 10? Nancy just went, no, you got 5. Yeah, Nancy Bellany, her Choo Choo Train of comedy. She has at least 10 artists that are going to be getting up with me. Usually she has a couple of really well-known people, and she gives, you know, I have to say that there's not a lot of people in L.A. who go out of their way to help newcomers coming up the ranks. And she's one of them. Incredible woman, incredible boss queen. Kudos, shout out to her. Also, if you get a chance, now, the idea of going, also shout out Thursday night to the Belly Room, Crack 'em Up Thursdays. Nichelle Murdoch does an awesome show lineup there. And then Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory. I don't know about you guys, but this time of year, I can't get enough of laughter. And with everything that these comedy acts have to offer, the talent is amazing, okay, when you go to these shows. I mean, everything in LA, like I keep telling people, I'm listening to a wedding band, and it's like rock star status because it's LA. And everyone out here, you are so spoiled. You go anywhere for $10, okay, you can go to some place. Now, I got you, if you don't drink, because drinks are like... But I just would want to sober up if I was an alcoholic, just because it's a small mortgage payment if you actually drink out in LA to support that habit. Yeah, so all the clubs that they have something going on, it's usually the best talent that you'll find in the world. I mean, I'm going to say that because you can go downtown to any of the clubs that have bands that are just, you know, they're here to get signed. So you're watching the most incredible talent. And then, of course, it's like people watching 101. Now, I can talk. I want to know why they haven't set up the idea of people watching, where all we're going to do is I'm going to strap a camera. We're not going to talk to these people, but we're just going to go out and we're just going to look at people, because you could sit in LA and do that all day long. It is an incredible show of what is that? Oh my God, I wouldn't even know, or I can't believe. It is like one of the greatest moments is when you see like the other side of that, you know, that anything that you have in your closet is okay. I don't care how old it is. I don't care what it looks like. You just throw that on with about 20 other items and you are so LA bound. Anyways, that, and a friend of mine asked me, what's with the in and outs? Okay. I have absolutely no idea how anyone in LA could say they don't have anything to wear. Because, like, there's that guy who flashed me. He might have said, I don't have any clean pants. I'm just going to go out naked. I'm going to flash women as they drive by and swing my, what is that? The Swinging Dick Rodeo. I actually did write that. Yep, LA is full, and everyone, oh, I wouldn't mind, but everybody goes, oh, that's nothing new. You see that all the time in LA. Oh, great. I mean, there's another reality show, right? We could just see the extreme things people do in LA. I mean, all you'd have to do is just go out your house, okay? We could get, like a, how about another show, I'm just saying, it could be me, where we could critique fancy, homeless, the tents and stuff. Because let me tell you something. I have seen some pretty incredible ingenuity out there on the streets. I have seen like little tent cities, okay, to where I even be looking at that going, guy's got quite a setup. He's got a cooler, he's got a bucket, he's got his stuff, he's got his little trash barrel. And he ain't paying taxes. I mean, I don't know about you people, but California, if you don't know, I'm going to enlighten you. It's ridiculously expensive to live here. It's why they're all out in the street, right? I seen her brother today outside of CVS. Now, I just want to say this, okay? He's got on a shirt that looks like it's crisp and brand new. It just broke out of the wrapper. And it's not, it's a nice shirt. Brother stands about 6'4", okay? He's got on earrings, bling in his ears, brand new, okay? He's got that work boot kind of look, okay? Brand new, no scuffs, no nothing, right? And he's got on like creases in his jeans, which means he probably brought them to the cleaners. And he's asking for change outside of CVS. Could be me, but I'm sitting and I ain't seeing no struggle. Yeah, meanwhile, he's texting, probably saying to people, man, this is quite a gig. So then I think, well, maybe he's doing something for the greater good. Nuh-uh. All he keeps saying to everybody as they come out, do you have any spare change? Well, and if they just ignore him, Merry Christmas, have a good evening, and what have you. So then I'm like, maybe he's a secret Santa. Because I'm dying to know how somebody dressed so well put together is begging for change outside. And then someone said to me, because I was talking to them, and they're like, I just want you to know, okay, that this guy is probably going to go to a club looking like he's all that. And that's all he's got. Like, maybe he saved enough from the last corner to get his new outfit. But, bruh, if you're going to be looking all finer and fly than what I got on, and asking me for change, I'm going to hit you up for change. That just, I don't know. It's just, LA is just full of everything and anything. So I really have to say that maybe it's a lucrative business. I mean, why struggle? You've got, you've got people that I guess are real generous going in and out of CVS. At the very least, you're going to get a bag full of chocolate M&Ms, which some lady gave him. He seemed very excited about that. Me, on the other hand, it's like, you're wondering, and maybe, did I give him money? Yes, because I just wanted to see, like, I so wanted to say to him, how do you end up looking like that and begging for change? It's like, he wasn't whacked out on drugs. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas about that. But a friend of mine, very wise person, seeing homeless people, he's like, you can tell the straight out homeless people, which there's a lot of them in LA, from like, bruh, just trying to hustle some change. I'd say he got the I'm Just Hustling Change award because, like, he couldn't have made any money. Other than the dollar and the M&Ms, I'm thinking that's all he got. But anyways, that's life in LA, which right about now, 3 years in, I have to say that I've become a huge fan of comedy out here. So much so, like I said, I've thrown my hat in the ring. I got to give some shout-outs where they're due. I have such respect and admiration for Big Ja. I love what they're doing on their Instagram videos. I love the humor. I love that they keep it changed up. I love the ingenuity of these guys because, you know, in order to keep it fresh and to keep your audience, they change it up every single video. It's amazing content. So look for me in the future. I will be in one of the Big Ja videos. Actually got written in a part, which I'm really psyched about. And as far as, like, what's going on outside of comedy out here, I really don't know because the idea of making it out in LA means that you got to have a side hustle on your hustle with something steady as you're going for, you're doing the hustle for your life. And I don't know how these guys maintain the way they do because they get up on stage and you watch them and they're getting all into their zone, and they step on that stage, and they absolutely ignite. And, you know, you're sitting on the other side of it, and you forget. And it's really cool because I don't think people realize just how much, especially this time of year, the ability to laugh is such a gift. I mean, think about it. You know, think about just the way we were created. The idea that we have the ability to throw so much into emotions. And I personally don't understand why people, you know, kind of like are so quick to be aggravated, angry, mad, disgruntled, jealous, bitter. And the idea of being loving, they're like, talking about emotions make me uncomfortable. Unless they're, like I said, anger, bitter, hatred, and what have you. So I personally go to comedy shows just to see the better side of people. I don't know. Sometimes it's just as much fun when you're looking out into the into the audience, because you actually watch the comedy transform people, you know, from and they should do before and after as to what a face looks like when they're all like, and they've come in, they've had a shitty week, and maybe their girlfriend wanted to go to a comedy thing and they really weren't, and they're having a couple of drinks in, and the comedian just says one thing and it touches on maybe something that they just ignite with laughter, and you just see them all lit up, and you know, where he's or she's, you know, pointing to each other because they can relate to whatever the comedian's saying. And it's like the same idea as music. Like if you put on really good, and that's why the two go hand in hand, because you can't help but be moved by it. So if you listen to really good beats and you listen to really good music, your body just wants to, you know what I'm saying? There's the beige people, and I'm not talking about Caucasians. Beige people are people that they're just fillers. I swear to God, if you were to do like the Matrix, there's just this large, massive group of people who are just okay all the time, not okay. They're just there. You know, something would come on and they probably wouldn't even tap a finger. But in general, and they probably wouldn't laugh at too many comedy clubs either, because their mind can't wrap around the punchline. But I'm so glad I got comedians. I'm hoping next week on my show, we're going to bring in some music. You know, it's really kind of cool to see what other people are doing on their shows. As I said, I'm really psyched when people stop making it. And Jasmine Lee sent me, she's doing a thing with the Cool Kids of Comedy. And she's doing something where she's got a show coming up. And I wish I won the lottery. I bought my tickets. If I can go to every show, that's what I would do if I was rich. I would just bump all the comedy shows and hang out with comedians, you know. Pretty much, I have to honestly say that being in this chair for the last 2 years, the amount of lessons I've learned about comedy and its details, I have nothing but the ultimate respect for it. And the same thing goes as far as, you know, anyone hustling out here trying to make it in the industry. There's a bazillion people doing what you're doing. And nobody has the attitude like, you know, what they did tell me. There's some people who go and do comedy just to do like therapy. So I was like, seriously? They're like, yeah, you know, they go on stage to work out their stuff. And I'm like thinking, isn't that Facebook? All right, so what? I'm an overshare or whatever. Yeah, the same ideas. When you get up on the stage, it's like you have to have an ability to tell a story that really enlightens people, and to having something in common with you that makes you laugh, that commonality. So I have my board guy who stepped out. I had asked him a couple of the clips that I saw this week that were really funny I wanted to play and upload them to the show, because there was some, Your Nay came out with some funny stuff. She's doing a dance thing. Just brilliant to see what some of the people that are doing some of the stuff, like Mrs. I Am. You're doing your Urban Rarity. You guys want to see a clothing store that just opened up, please check her out. And it is called Urban Rarity. And she is a designer. She's done some incredible stuff with what her designs are and what people are wearing. And I also want to give a shout out to all the people out there right now, like my board guy. Look at this. I'm out here busting it. I got to talk straight for what, an hour? And here's my board guy who comes in. I'm like, Lee, do we have any clips that we could sneak on that we got on YouTube that are stored? And saying that, which one? Who is it? Oh, why don't we pull it up and Willie Mack? Yeah, he was last week. Yeah, you can pull up one of his things. Did we? We played his. What's on the other one? We had him last week.
Actors Real. This is all his stuff from last week.
What about the week before?
Well, I don't have those loaded.
You don't have those loaded.
Let me see what I can find.
He's gonna dig.
Worse than my first wife.
I'm worse than your first wife. Listen. Was she from Psychos R Us?
Yes.
That's where I say I shop for my. You know, somebody said that. The.
Don't have those loaded.
Oh, that's me talking.
He's gonna dig.
Well, I really think that we should have like a voting contest on some of the videos, like what's your video flavor of the week? Something that came on that have 3 videos that people can vote on. Oh, okay. Let's play this.
The whole crew is stupid.
Oh my God, that's Big Ja.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a clip from Big Ja. The whole crew is stupid. This was hilarious. Mices and Mises.
Hey, homie, you gonna have to call pest control, bro.
Why?
I just took the trash out, threw that shit in the dumpster. A gang of mices ran out.
Gang of what?
Mices.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not mice, bro. It's just mice, just so you know.
Nah, nigga, it was more than one. Mices.
Nah, nigga, you saying it wrong.
What?
Mices ain't a word.
Right. Just let them know.
It's mouses.
The fuck are you talking about?
If there's 1, that's a mouse. If it's 2, that's mouses. 3 mouses, 4 mouses. That's a gang of mouses. Not mices, mouses.
Jarmel, what the fuck are you talking about? Both of these niggas is dumb as fuck. Hey, Orville, if you at the park, right, and you see a goose in the pond
Or ocean.
Nigga, ain't no damn gooses in the ocean, man. Dumb motherfucker. Hey, a goose is in the pond, right? By itself. A goose. Then another goose swims over to the other goose. Now you got 2 what?
Now come on now.
Gooses.
Damn. Exactly. Gooses, mouses. Y'all niggas are stupid as hell, man. It's not gooses. It's geeses, nigga. Y'all niggas is
No, please. Now, and why are you counting numbers? What does numbers got to do with this? Listen, it's not geeses, it's not gooses, it's not mices, and it's not mouses. It's already plural when you say mice. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or if it's 3. It's mice. It's definitely not mouses. Listen, y'all, it's already plural. Mice is already plural. Geese is already plural. Mouse is for 1. Mice is for multiples. It can be 2, 3, however many. It's important that y'all know that. Singular is mouse. Plural is mice. Singular is goose. Plural is geese. It's no isses to it. Stop doing that.
Man, shut the fuck up, man. To the max.
All right, I gotta say this. I enjoy Big Ja's stuff so much. I have to play another one. This one got. I had checked this. This has like 700 or 800,000 hits. I want you to understand. This is someone 800,000 hits on YouTube and on Instagram. And his 2 to Max shirts you can actually buy, and the same one with the Yahweh Lion you can also buy. I mean the merchandise too, but this was funny. So we're gonna play this, The Lesbian Home.
Y'all saw me hit him with that hezzy. Yeah.
Okay. You traveled though.
Man, you hating, bro. You know damn well I ain't travel.
Hey man, whatever.
Hey Bruce, can I use your shower real quick? I'm about to meet up with a bad bitch later.
A bad one?
A bad one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, good luck, good luck.
Trying to play me. Did I travel, nigga? Did you travel? Did you get any buckets? No, nigga.
All right, E, come on in, man. The bathroom right here. You can use my room. Okay. Be comfortable. Come out when you're ready.
All right. Thank you. Hey, can you give me a towel?
Yeah, I got you.
Shit.
Hey Bruce, you good?
Huh?
Are you straight, nigga?
Oh yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight. You straight?
Yeah. Nah. I'm not straight.
You right. You right. My bad. I got you, my nigga. I mean, baby girl. I mean, home girl. E, I got you.
Okay.
Here's your.
Hey nigga, what the fuck is you doing?
My fault. You said you wanted the towel, right?
Yeah.
Got your towel. My bad.
Alright. Hey, don't be weird, bro.
Fuck it on your bald head.
Hey, Jay. You mean tell me the gay homie got body?
What?
Your gay partner E got framework, nigga.
E.
Yeah.
Man, you tripping, bro. She gay.
And you ain't never tried to slide that?
Hell no. She like a brother to me. You tripping.
Nigga, brothers don't have ass, nigga. And she got hella much of it.
And she's gay, bro. Gay.
Man, that's a wait.
She sent an emoji of a wave, now she's sending me a plane. Baby, with my location. She feeling got me poppin' jacks, look around and throw it back. That has rotation. She do and do not. She that has rotation. She do and do not. She that has rotation.
But love to my crib. Hop out the lift, straight up my bed. Let's go.
Hey, what the fuck?
Damn, E, I'm just saying, you looking real tremendous right now.
I know. I almost fired on your ass.
I was unaware you had all the yams.
Nigga, and?
I'm just saying, me and you should get together later on.
No, how about me and a bitch?
Nah, I don't buy that. I thought you said you was gay.
Nigga, I am gay.
You looking real fucking ungay right now.
Okay. Pretty bitches love pretty bitches. I'm just getting in where I fit in, homie. And little baby don't even know I'm gay. Till it's too late.
Genius. But the yams, though. To the max. And you ain't never tried to slide that?
Hell no. She's like a brother to me.
Oh, the gay, the last gay. I'm sorry. Last gay. The last gay. Hold on.
Hey, what the fuck is you on?
My fault. My bad. You said, huh?
A towel. Can you go get it?
Oh, yeah.
Action.
Hey, I'm gonna hit you later, Tim. Thanks for the shower, bro.
That you gotta admit that's some funny shit. I mean, this is something that, like I said, he's constantly coming up with different. The content is amazing. In fact, one of the guys on there, he's doing a skit, and he dresses up like a girl. I don't know if we had that one, and he's in high school. I thought we had that one, and Demika.
Gay.
What's that?
You won't turn gay?
No, that's Aiden Park. No, the other one. It would be. No, because the rest of them, that would be the only two that I got.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
That was the only two that I got. But yeah, he plays a teenage girl who's built like a brick shit house. So when the kid tries to steal one of the other kids' lunch money, he goes up to him and just pummels him. So they have me coming in I'm going to play the principal of the school that he goes to.
Oh, this is one you're going to shoot?
That big jaw is behind. They're trying to write that part for me. And, of course, I'm laughing going, I can so see myself doing that because I got tons of suits and stuff. So it ought to be funny. And it all came about was the guy, I was yelling at him and joking with Big Jaw. And the guy goes, oh, my God, that's definitely going to be our teacher, our principal. So I'm like, yeah, dude, write me in. And have that. Is that all? What are those?
Her ex jersey.
Oh, yeah, the ex's jersey. That was something that, would you be offended if your girlfriend was walking around in her ex-boyfriend's jersey? So, yeah, let's hit that one. Are you mad at me? That was hilarious. And this is what I'm going to do. I have access to all these great video clips. And the way to wind down my show, I happen to think they're awesome to watch. Yeah, I got to bring up the board. So I'm hoping Stoner Rob is all right. It's like if you want to check him out on his Instagram page, and he does shows. He travels a lot. It's really funny. It's like people in LA don't realize how big some of these comedians are outside of LA when they go through the tours that they tour the country in. And you would imagine that he's got quite a following, being that he's been on The Simpsons as Stoner Rob character, which I think is like the ultimate, is to be if you're made into a cartoon character that's on the show. But in the meantime, I'm having fun getting Liddy over here with Big Jaw and their sense of humor. And let's see, this one is called Are You Mad at Me?
No, this is her ex's jersey.
Oh, it says her ex's jersey. All right, her ex's jersey.
I see you.
Baby!
What's up?
Have you seen my jersey?
What jersey?
My favorite Bulls jersey.
Nah, I ain't seen that. You might want to check the guest bedroom now.
So,
I don't know. That's just,
okay, so...
Wow, check the guest bedroom hamper or the closet, whatever.
Alright.
You're right.
You're right.
Ha ha! Get it going. Hey, I found it, homie.
Babe, look it! Found it, babe. We'll be watching. Oh, I don't want to watch this. Hi, babe, come dance with me.
Hey, homie, you remember this one? Hey, baby, hurry up and come in here so I can give you some of this grade A beef. You know what I'm saying? Some of this extracurricular meat. Extendo.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Oh! No, fuck that. Take that shit off.
Take off what?
The jersey.
Take the jersey off?
Hell yeah, you can't get in this bed with that jersey on.
First off, that's my bed, and I can wear whatever I want in it. And second off, I didn't think you had a problem with the jersey.
I thought I could do it. I can't do it. I thought I had no problem with it, but you gotta have that jersey off. Every time I see you in that jersey, I see that nigga Pedro.
Paul.
Please just take it off.
Take it off.
Yes. Hey man, you tripping.
I always got these fucking bitches. Really? You happy now? And don't think you touching me tonight either. You better Jergens up.
Come on, man.
No, don't touch me.
I can't give you a
No.
slap.
To the max.
Hey, baby girl, come in here so I can give you some of that Conan the Barbarian. You know what I'm saying? Oh, girl, what you doing? Come on in here. I'm trying to give you some of that mean wing. Hey, homie, you remember this one? Hey, homie, remember this one? I didn't, but now it's getting too, you wearing it too much. It's getting out of hand. I keep saying the nigga Paul Bunyan in that motherfucker.
Who?
And I can't have it. I can't have you in it. I'm sorry.
You can't have me in this jersey.
Nah,
Oh,
please.
you want these problems now?
Hold on, what? What did you say? What? You about to put hands on me or something? Catch the fade?
Okay, seriously.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You didn't get that, did you?
I did.
This motherfucker.
To the max. And that's that's Mrs. I Am from Urban Rarity that was in the Jersey one with him. It's funny, I was just talking about her. She's incredibly talented designer. Yeah, she hot, man. A lot of these women got it going on. He's got a lot of great females that come on board. Like I said, that usually start with him in his gig when they're doing these shoots. And it's really kind of cool because these guys all help each other out, you know? So, I mean, for me, that's something that I really enjoy is like when you go over there, you know, Troy and LA will come through the door. You have Jahan Jones that comes in through the door. You have in each of them starring in each other's clips. So that kind of helps everything as far as comedy getting written. And like I said, I am just like so bummed out about Stoner Rob. I don't even know. Like I said, that was the last text that I got from him. And there's like 100 people who probably think that don't look like Stoner Rob. Yeah, right. And I feel bad because my kid in Florida, she's a huge fan of his. So they were going to call in and talk to him. And I am just like at a loss. There was a couple of people that were really thrilled that they had access to a phone call that they could find him in. So Needless to say, let's hope next week, safe and sound on the show. Like I said, get my lineup for the rest of the year. I got some comedians that are asking me to come on. I will try and reschedule Stoner Rob. It's a bummer. I feel bad. Like if I hadn't invited him, he'd have been home, probably smoking a bone, rolling on his couch, enjoying his night. But other than that, what we got for time there? We just about, it's that time. I'm going to let Lee take me out. My song, as it will be next week, we're going to change it up. But let me tell you, Big Tippa is one of the just great tune, good favorite of mine. Please give it a listen. It's Anna Marie, and I'll see you out there. Take it on home, Lee.
Weed on it, thing poppin'. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. Tipper bags, I got tipper bags, yeah. If your service good, get a stag, yeah. 50 grand, make your job disappear.